So the number that we have over here, it is 20, and somebody asks you to calculate 3 by 4 of 20. So 20 is the number, and somebody asks you to calculate 3 by 4 of 20. Can anybody tell me how we do this? No idea. So if you have to calculate fraction of a particular number, you simply multiply the number with that fraction. So it would be 3 by 4 times 20, and then we'd solve it out. 4 ones are 4, 4 fives are 20, and 3 fives are 15. So 15 would be the answer. Simple. So the first exercise, it just involves calculating fractions of different numbers. So let me paste a few questions over here. These hopefully you can do right away, quickly, without even using calculator, hopefully. If you could please solve it out and let me know the answers. Alright, for the first one, we simply have to do 9 by 10 of 80. So that means multiplying 80 with 9 by 10. 9 by 10 times 80. 10 8s are 80 and 9 8s are 72. So 72 would be the answer for this one. This 5 by 7 of 42, it would mean 5 by 7 times 42. 7 1 are 7, 7, 6 are 42, and 5 6 are 30. So 30 would be the answer. As for this one, it would be 4 by 5 multiplied by 65. 5 1s are 5, 5 13s are 65, 13 4s are 52. Hopefully you all got the same answer for this one. This one is pretty simple. You just have to multiply the fraction with a number. That is how you calculate fraction of a particular number. Similarly, the next thing that we must know, and hopefully you people have already learned this in the previous classes, is how to convert a compound fraction into an improper fraction. So if I paste a few examples over here. Okay, so here we have the first question. It asks, just a second. Okay, 4 whole 2 by 3. So the way I do it is I multiply 3 with 4. 3 4s are 12. 12 plus 2, 14. So the answer would be 14 by 3. The next one is 3 whole 3 by 5. So 5 3s are 15. 15 plus 3, 18. So the answer would be 18 by 5. Any one of you who doesn't know how to convert compound fractions into improper fractions? So you all know how to convert compound fractions into improper ones. If you could solve please the remaining part. E, F, I and J. Yes, please. E, F, I and J. 17 by 2. 68 by 7. 59 by 11. And 55 by 7. All correct. All correct. So similarly, if we know how to convert compound fractions into improper fractions, the reverse of it would be to convert improper fraction into a compound fraction. So how do we do that? Let's take a look at that as well. So here is a question. Okay, so the question that I have before me, the first part, it says 29 by 4. So how we do that? 4 how many times makes it 29? Obviously 29 isn't there in the table of 4, so what's the nearest that I can get to? 4 sevens are 28. So it means I will have 7 whole, and the remainder 28 minus 29, it would be 1. So it would be 7 whole 1 by 4. Similarly, for 33 by 5, I know 33 isn't there in the table of 5. So what's the nearest that I can get to? 5 6 are 30. And what remains is 3. And the denominator, it stays the same. So this is how we convert improper fractions into compound fractions. If you people could please do it for the remaining 4 parts. Miss Anam, did you understand for the conversion of compound to improper how we did that? Hopefully you already know that. All right. So for this one, if you people could give me your answers too, please, for all 4 parts. Mr. Elias, are you following the lesson? Okay. Are you driving? Okay. Mr. Anam, are you solving the remaining 4 parts? All right, so the answer for this one, these would be 9. How many times 49? 9 fives of 45. Then 4 is remainder, 4 by 9. 12, 17, the nearest I can get is 12 ones are 12. The remainder would be 5. Denominator stays the same, 12. 2 how many times 19? 2 nines are 18. 1 is the remainder, 1 by 2. And 73 by 12. 12 6 is 72. 1 by 12. Hopefully you people got the same answers. All right, all right. The next thing is you people should know how to convert numbers into decimals, especially the fractions involving 10 in the denominator. So for example, if I have got 1 over 10, this would be equal to 0.1. And if I want to remember a method to do it verbally, how do I do it? So I align the numbers. So for example, if I have 24 by 10, what would the answer be? The answer would be 2.4. But how do I get it? I align the last 0 with the last digit over here. And then in place of 1, I put the decimal. So the answer would be 2.4. So let me write a few numbers over here. 24 by 10. Then I have 24 by 100. Then I have 24 by 1000. And then I have 24 by 10,000. So let's practice converting these into decimals. For the first one, we have seen this last 0, it aligns with the last digit, and the answer over here, instead of 1, I'll put dot or decimal, so I'll have 2.4. For 100, the last 0 aligns with this 4, the 0 before it aligns with this 2, and here instead of 1, I'll put the decimal, so the answer would be 0.24. All right, if I've got 3 zeros and 2 digits up there, the same way, aligning the last 0 with the last digit, this 0 with 2, and before 24, if I put a 0, it means the same thing. So this 0, it aligns with this 0, and instead of 1 I put the dot or decimal, it would be 0.024. You people might be thinking that what's the point of learning all this when we can solve this in the calculator? In the exam, you would need to know these tricks. These tricks make the difference between who gets to solve the paper how quickly. So if you know these tricks, these simple things which you can mentally perform, you'd be able to solve your papers a lot faster as compared to other people who would be even doing such things on their calculators. So similarly, um, this one 24 by 10,000, last zero aligns with this 4. The one before it aligns with 2. And then there are two zeros. For that, I put two zeros up there. And then I put a dot or decimal. So it would be 0.0024. 0.0024. Actually, this relates to how we convert a fraction into decimals. So just for the sake of practice, a few fractions with 10 to the power something in their denominator. If you people could please give me answers for these three parts. Miss Snow didn't join us today. Any idea why she might not have? Is she there for, do you have a class before this for physics or chemistry or bio? Is she there for those classes? So she studies just math or she wasn't there in the class? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so the way these would be done, first of all, converting this compound fraction into improper fraction. 10 6 is 60, 60 plus 3, 63, so 63 by 10, step 1. And then this would give me an answer of 6.3. The next one, 11 times 100 is 1100. 1100 plus 36 would be 1136 divided by 100. And two digits from the right I would put decimal, so it would become 11.36. This last one, 1000 times 9 plus 204, it would become 9204 divided by 1000. And three digits from the right I would put decimal, this 0, this 0, this 0, and over here it would become 9.204. All right. With this understood, can you people manage these calculations? Can you people manage these calculations without calculator? Give it a try solving these without calculator, and let's see if you are able to get the answers. All right, the easiest way to go about with these questions would be to arrange them. I mean, obviously, it's something that you have learned in the earlier classes, So you have 2.7 and then 0.35 and then 16.09, and then you add them. That way it would be easier to do it without the calculator. So 5 plus 9, 14, 4, 1 carry, 7 plus 3, 10 plus 1, 11, 1, 1 carry, decimal 2 plus 6, 8 plus 1, 9, 19.14. Similarly, if you have to do the subtractions, 23.8 minus 17.2. So 8 minus 2, 6, decimal 13 minus 7, that would be 6, and 1 minus 1, 0. So 6.6 would be the answer. I mean, simple questions. Hopefully, you'd be able to solve all of these. Shall I move to the next topic, which is of percentages? Is there any confusion or any more explanation that you want me from these additions, subtractions, or can I move to the next thing? No questions. Okay. So the sorry. Good. Okay. Okay. So the next topic that we have is, if I have a number in the form of improper fraction or proper fraction, can I convert that number into a percentage? Can I convert that number into a percentage? Okay. So there are a number of ways. First of all, for percentage, we have to understand what does this word mean, percent. So if I go over here, okay. So percentage, it means percent or it means per 100. So if I have something written 97%, it would mean 97 out of 100. Okay. And if I have any decimal or any fraction, so for example 0.4, it would mean it is something, some percentage. 0.4, it can be expressed in the form of a fraction, so the fraction, it will become 4 out of 10, and 4 out of 10 represents what? If I were to express these things in terms of 100, how many out of 100 is equivalent to 4 out of 10? So that's the meaning of percentage. So a few ways to do it is, first of all, if you have got a number in decimal form, the simplest way you have to do, you, for example, you have got on your calculator 29 by 50. If this is the number, you simply multiply it with 100, and the calculator, it would give you the answer in percentage form. However, if you were to do the same thing, the same conversion into percentage without using calculator, 29 by 50, what you would need to do is, you would need to convert the denominator into 100. So the denominator, it will become 100 if I multiply it with 2. But I cannot multiply denominator with 2 simply. That would disturb the whole fraction that I have. I can't do a function simply to the denominator. Whatever I do, I will have to do to the numerator as well as the denominator. Or in other words, I can multiply this 29 by 50 with 1. That doesn't make a difference, right? And instead of 1, I'm simply writing 29 by 50 into 2 by 2. So that gives me, in the denominator it is 100, in the numerator it would be 58, 58 out of 100, or I can say 58%. Okay, so again, let's practice with a few more questions. All you have to do is, you have to convert the denominator into 100. So if I have got, for example, the question says 17 by 25, 17 by 25. So what do I have to do to convert the denominator into 100? I have to multiply it with 4, and I can't do something simply to the denominator. I'll have to apply the operation to the numerator as well. So 4 by 4. Okay, so it gives me 68 by 100, or 68 by 100 is 68%. Let's try one more. It says 11 by 20. So 11 by 20 is, I'll have to multiply the denominator with 5 and obviously the numerator as well. So it would give me 55 by 100 or 55%. Any confusion or any question in these questions? Why did I, in the last one, why did I multiply and divide with 5? What else should I multiply with? I have to convert this 20 into 100. So only way to do that is to multiply it with 5. 25s are 100. What else do I multiply it with? It would be just 5. Okay. This, then. So, okay. Another thing is, let's try this exercise. One by one, I'd be calling each one of you out and you'd be giving me answers for that one. Miss Anam, for the first one, if you could please tell me that 1 out of 10, what would be the answer in decimal form and what would be the answer in percentage? Quickly, please. Miss Anam? Miss Anam, are you there? 0.1 for decimal and for percentage? So for this fraction, I multiply the denominator with 10 to make it 100 and I'll multiply the numerator as well. So it would become 10 out of 100, which is 10%. Okay. All right. Next one, Mr. Arman. If you could please give me for 0.2, what would be the answer in terms of fraction and what would be the answer in terms of percentage? Excellent. Excellent. 20%. Mr. Ilyas, for 30%, what would be the answer in decimal and fraction? 30 over 100 or simplified, it would become 3 by 10. Excellent. Miss Aisha, for 4 by 10, the answer in decimal and 40%. All right. Miss Anam, for 0.5, fraction and percentage. 1 over 5, no. No. 5 over 10. 5 over 10 would be simplified to 1 over 2. Okay. And percentage? 50%. Excellent. Mr. Arman, next 60%. Decimal and fraction. 3 by 5. All right. Miss Aisha, 0.7. Excellent. 70% and 7 by 10. Mr. Ilyas, 4 by 5. Hmm. 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 80%. And decimal form it would be How can 4 over 5 be equal to 4 over 10? 8 over 10, again, that's a fraction, decimal form. So 80 by 100, 0.8, 0.8. All right, Mr. Arman, 0.9, fraction and percentage. 9 over 10, excellent. Miss Anam, 1 by 4, decimal and percentage. 0.4, no, 0.4 is 40%. 1 over 4, 0.25, 0.25, and percentage would be 25%. 0.25 is equal to 25 by 100, so it would be 25%. All right, 75%, Mr. Elias, and fraction, both. 75 over 100 would be simplified to, when we say in so 7.5 would be the, or 0.75 would be the answer in decimal form, 0.75, and 3 by 4 would be the fraction. Okay, so here are a few fractions that you people would be really beneficial for you to always understand. See, 1 over 4 means a quarter of something, and if I have 100, a quarter of 100 would be 25. So 1 over 4 is 25%. 2 over 4 means half or 50%. Similarly, 3 over 4, 3 over 4 is 75%, and 4 over 4 is 100. Okay, so every time I have 1 quarter, that is 25%. And if anything is multiplying over here, for example 3, that would multiply on this side as well. So 3 by 4 would be 25 into 3, which is 75%. Similarly, I can also remember that 1 over 5 is 20%. 1 over 4 is 25%, and 1 over 5 is 20%. So now if I'm multiplying the numerator on one side, so for example 2 out of 5, it would be 40%. 3 out of 5, it would be 60%. 4 out of 5, that would be 80%. Okay, so these are a few fractions that we often deal with and would serve you well if you could remember that. And 5 out of 5 obviously would be 100%. 5 out of 5 would be 100%. Okay, one more thing, if I see a number, can I directly give a percentage of it? Yes, that is also possible. So for example, if I see 0.8, I automatically know it is 80%. Okay, so 0.8 is 80%. Why? Because 0.8 is 8 out of 10 or 80 out of 100. So you should be able to do this conversion into improper fraction or proper fraction mentally, verbally. Similarly, if somebody says 8%, what would it be as a in the decimal form? It would be 0.08. Okay, why? Because it would be 8 out of 100. 1 0, it would align with the 8. The other 0, I'll have to put a 0, and then for 1 I'll have to put a dot or decimal. Similarly, if somebody says 0.72, Can anybody tell me what would be the percentage? Mr. Arman, 0.72. What would be the percentage? 72%. Excellent. And Mr. Arman, what would be 0.072? What would be the percentage of this? 7.2%. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So this is how you convert decimal directly into percentage. So anybody, and can anybody tell me if I have 2.5, what would the percentage of this one would be? Miss Aisha, 2.5. What would be the percentage? Anyone who can tell me without calculating, that would be really bonus shabash or well done. 2.5 as a percentage. No, that is 2 out of 5. 250%. Why? Because look over here. Look over here. 0.25 is 25%. 0.025 is 2.5%. And 2.5 would be 250%. Again, you people will have to spend some time on your own. You would have to develop your own logics for it, and it would really help if you learn the logics of these things, if you learn the mental calculation of these things at this stage. See, we sometimes say that maths is really difficult. It's not that maths is difficult, it is that these baby steps that we should have learned as mental maths, we haven't spent enough time learning these steps. And later on, when we get to the advanced topics, there the assumption is that you can do these baby steps mentally and verbally. And when we aren't able to do these, then we say that maths is hard. It isn't that maths or any particular topic is hard. Either you aren't being explained that topic well, or it could be that your base is weak. So these questions, these homeworks that we are doing, these topics that we are doing right now, uh, some of you might be taking it lightly. I mean, it could be that you're all taking it seriously. But if you develop intuitions well, if you develop understanding of these topics well, then it would always, obviously, if on a particular question you're spending a lot of time, you'd automatically get disheartened and you'd get disappointed that why is it taking me this much time. So for the next few topics, for the topics that are going to come towards as we progress through the syllabus, they would be more difficult. And the only way you can save time on those topics is that you do well on these topics, you know ins and outs of these topics very well. So these steps at least you are able to save time on in the topics that are about to come. Okay, so this, then uh you'd be allowed calculators. What about long divisions and short divisions? Hmm, hmm, hmm.